Hey, what is up? Is this working? I don't know. I need to have somebody comment because YouTube is being kind of weird right now. So yeah, somebody hit me up with a comment. I'm gonna refresh this page actually. Um, yeah, because I tried to go to the YouTube page and it's just showing me that I'm going to start. Okay, it looks like it has started. So we're good now. And as always, everyone's like 15 seconds behind me, but hey there, Diego. Thank you. All right. So what I'm going to be working on today is I've got 7 React workshops that I give. And here, actually, I'll just show you this. Workshops. So I've got a bunch of workshops that I have material for, but React workshops are a little special and actually a lot easier material-wise in general because I could just have Create React app do everything for me, which is awesome. With the exception of build React.js applications, all of these are just a directory of exercises. And for years, I've been just copy pasting all the setup scaffolding stuff to make the app work. So here's React, React fundamentals.netlify.com. And so like all the scaffolding for showing the exercise, being able to navigate between exercises and so on and so forth, and then having isolated pages for those exercises, all of that is handled by this like a couple of files that I've just copy and pasted between all of these projects, and it worked out really well, except now I'm getting ready to do a really big epic thing that I'm so excited to share with you, and I'm not going to tell you what it is yet, but it is going to be big and it is going to leverage these workshops. And so I want it to be I want to take the time to make these workshops, at least the material, really, really awesome to work with. So I decided, okay, let's abstract this so I can leverage the benefits across things. And the way it works is quite fascinating. So if we go to, actually, I've got an example in here, so I don't need to pull up. But like this is an example workshop. I've got all these dot files and stuff that you can't really abstract those away. So those are all copy pasted still. But now it's just this. I have a code gen macro, and then I generate the code for the app. And then in here, here's the code gen. It basically gets replaced by that code gen line gets replaced by this stuff dynamically at build time. It's pretty wild. I love macros stuff. It's awesome. But anyway, it's a lot of fun. Really interesting way that it works. But basically what this does is it calls this make workshop app, which I have called create. So we'll call this make KCD workshop app. And it takes dynamic imports because I want to be able to make it so that when you land on this page, the only code that loads is the code for the app and the code for each one of these exercises by themselves. That way, sometimes I have an exercise where when you render it, it actually throws an error. Or when you import it, it throws an error sometimes. Like there are use cases for me to do that. And like the objective of the exercise is for you to fix that error. And so I want to make it so that these pages all still work with the exception of the one that's throwing the error. And so we had to dynamically import everything. And so we have a mapping of all the imports of all the files, and that's actually also dynamically generated by this load files thing, which is run at build time to just glob all of the files in our source directory, and we create an array of all of those files with like paths to them and stuff, and then we can create dynamic imports out of that. It's pretty cool. Yeah, so then we have information on the files. Actually, that's the array of these objects, is that files info. The imports is coming from CodeGen, where we take the file info and we generate imports or dynamic import statements. And if it's an HTML file, we're going to use raw loader. If it's a markdown file, we use Babel loader and MBX loader. Just inline. It's so wild. It's awesome. And then we dynamically stick that into here and then inject that into the code for the user, whoever's using this code gen thing. But anyway, we take those imports, take that file info, project title, that's just going to come from the package.json title. I'm going to be working on this today, the fake fetch responses, after I get the app looking a little bit better the way I want it to. That one's going to be interesting because right now I just hijack fetch. I say window.fetch equals my own version of fetch. But what I want to do and what I'm going to do is use a library that I found that handles it in the service worker. And the reason that's better is because then your network tab still shows all of the requests as if they're actually being made, and it'll show that it's being handled by a service worker, but that's like the only difference. So it is a lot better. I'm really happy with that. And yeah, then some render options. That will be useful. I'm not using it right now, but that will be useful for the concurrent React workshop where we need to have concurrent mode enabled. Whereas right now, this will render to React DOM. The reason that I'm not just exporting a React component is because this is doing more than just React component stuff. So if we look at final here, this is an isolated page for this exercise, but it's not totally isolated. So like what I want is I want to say, hey, here's your exercise component. The thing you export from this is the thing that's getting rendered to the page. But because of the way that I did it before, it's actually not. So anonymous right here, that's the thing that's being exported, but it's being wrapped by a suspense component so we can dynamically load it. And it's being wrapped by our main app, which renders the suspense component and manages like the history and stuff like that for the router. So we've got 2 layers of stuff in here. I don't want that. I literally just want this one thing to be rendered to the page. And so that is why in here we actually will listen with the history API. Yeah, so we create our own browser history. I could probably remove that. That was for debugging. And then whenever that changes, so we listen for changes, and whenever it does, we update the class list, so I can do some like CSS that's specific for this page, for this exercise. We're gonna like override some CSS or something. And then we determine whether it's isolated based on if the path name starts with isolated. We get the file path for that, so we can get the dynamic import for that. And so yeah, if it is isolated, then we'll render an isolated, otherwise we'll render React. And so this is why I can't just say, hey, let's export a React component and then you'll render it, because I want to be in control if we're not supposed to render a React thing, but I actually want to render an isolated thing. And so for the isolated, we just, oh wait, this is like our 404. For the isolated, we get the isolated module import. We do the dynamic import for that. And if the default export is a function, we assume it's a React component, and then we React DOM.render. And the only thing that we render is this div to stick it in the center of the screen. Everything else is what is dynamically imported from that file. So what you're exporting is the only thing on the page. Big benefit there. And then if it's a string, then we're going to do this really weird stuff. We'll assume that it's an HTML file. And this is kind of wild stuff that you can go take a look at later if you want to. It's kind of interesting. Apparently, if you do .inner HTML and you've got script tags and stuff, it will not load those resources. You have to create script script nodes, and then you can't just like clone nodes either. That doesn't work. So yeah, it's kind of wild how this works, but that's all what this is. It's kind of weird, but I figured it out. And I do use Babel for some of my HTML exercises. And so once it's all finished loading, then I say, hey, Babel, go transform the script tags that are supposed to be transformed by Babel. So that's what happens on an isolated page. For the React page, then we just render the React app with this stuff. And then here's our React app. So this is all just the React stuff. And at the very bottom here, we do a React DOM.render, and we put all the stuff in here. This is the app. That's the main thing. Everything else is isolated, but this is the regular React app stuff. And this is where I'm going to use the render options to do concurrent mode and stuff. Anyway, so having said all that stuff, what I want to do today is, I guess I need to save any changes that I made to this file, which I guess there were some. But what I want to do today is I want to make a few changes, because typically my exercises have a markdown file associated to them. In fact, all of them do now. It's just the way I do things. And this gives you some background and stuff, describes what you're supposed to do for the exercise. And so I want to actually render that to on the left side. So right now, the way the app works is I just have the exercise and the final side by side. And if you want to look at your stuff isolated, then you just click on that thing. But I want to instead render the markdown file on the left and then have a tabs thing where you can say, here's the exercise, here's the final, and we just tab between the two. And that way you can both compare them, but also you can spend all of your time just in the file that you're editing and then in here. And that's all you're doing. You don't have to open up other files to know what the exercise, what you're supposed to do for the exercise. It all just sits right here. And so that's what I'm going to be working on. I also want to eventually make a dark mode for this and make it actually look nice rather than just these ugly borders and stuff, but that'll come later. So yeah, here's the current workflow because I'm not doing Yarn workspaces or anything like that. Maybe I probably should, but I don't have time for that. So for learning that. So we're going to go to example, React fundamentals. We're going to npm run start. And then in another terminal, I'm going to come back up here and we're going to run npm run build. And we'll add the watch flag so that as I'm making changes, it'll keep running the build. And then, yeah, it actually works really well. And we also even have Cypress tests for that, which is pretty rad. So this is the, let me pull just this tab over. So this is what it looks like now. It's a, new and improved, fancy. And my family's been texting a lot today about the coronavirus and just speculating on different things. Okay, let's see. Good. Yeah, very good. Okay, cool. So here's the markdown file. Here's the exercise. I've got it in tabs already. And then I've got an extra credit thing here. So what I think I want to do is I'm trying to think of how I should do the extra credits because we have the description for the extra credits in this markdown file, which I think is fine, but I kind of feel like maybe the links for the final version of the extra credit, like what this links to is just the final version of the extra credit. And I'm thinking maybe those links should just be right here. I'm not exactly sure how to do that without getting really crazy though, because I just literally grab the markdown as a string and pass it through the MDX stuff. So I'm thinking just to start, and maybe we can iterate to a better solution in the future, but I'm thinking what I want to do with that extra credit stuff is probably put it just below this horizontal line. So that's what I'm going to do. So let's find that HR. Oh, I'm not in the right file. Here we go. HR. Move this down here. And yep, that looks better. So then we have our exercise and our final. And if I inspect this, I want to make it so that, here, let's see, height is 100%. Yeah, I want to make sure that this fills its space. So data reach tabs style here. Here's the other interesting thing. So the way that this is distributed is via NPM, and I don't want to leave imports around. Maybe I could figure out how to make that work, but I actually, right now, I use preval, another one of my macro packages, to require a CSS file as a string, and so and actually it minifies it and everything. And so these are just strings of styles, and then I put them together and stick it in the document when this is first required. So it works out for me really well, and it's really easy and kind of hacky, but it works nice. So what I need to do here is I want to add data reach tabs to have a height of 100%. I'm pretty sure I can't just attach that to the tabs thing, but maybe I can. Let me just take a look here. What if I turn that off? no, this already has a height of 100%, but this one has the height of its children maybe. So I wonder if I were to change this. Yeah, see, it's here, because I think what I want is for this to get pushed down to the middle here. I don't know, maybe that's not what I want. Maybe I want it to be up there. Here, let's take a look at a couple of here, and this needs to have maybe this needs to have a min width, or they should just be equal in width probably. Let's fix that first. I'm gonna full screen this sucker and put these on the right side. So we've got our display, grid template columns, instructions, and then this stuff. So for some reason this isn't splitting them equally, and I don't know why. So maybe it should be 50% and 50%. And then, that's unfortunate. So then this is overflow, y, or x or y. Y goes up and down. Scroll. Here we go. And then hopefully, like, most people are probably gonna have a screen that's like about this size, I guess. Yeah, most of the exercises don't have code blocks that look quite like that. Maybe this would just be a matter of me fixing that, and I can do that right now. So if we go 03.md, then we can just save that. There we go. Oops. There we go. Sweet. So now that's not a problem. I just need to make sure I do that. Okay, cool. So it is still not 50-50 though. I don't understand why. Oh, because I didn't actually save that. So let's just look at that again. Okay, I guess that's how you do it with CSS Grid. I clearly don't know what I'm doing here, but I want it to be 50-50 with a grid gap. So that's what we're doing. Nice beanie. That's what I'm talking about. In case folks don't know, that is Egghead. Oh yeah, it doesn't. I don't have autofocus. My bad. But Egghead beanie. It's legit. I like it. Okay, cool. So, and it looks like, you know, I don't even know why I'm bothering, because this is just an example, but I kind of want to just, nope, we're going to, come on. Prettier, can you do this for me? Nope. Boo. Okay, whatever. It doesn't matter that much. We'll be fine. So let's make that overflow thing so it doesn't bleed over. So where'd that style overflow y scroll, except it's x, not y. Boom, there it is. Beautiful. And then hopefully most of the time people don't really need that. Because I'm guessing most people are going to be on a screen that's about this wide. So maybe they'll need it just a teeny tiny bit. But this is going to be great. I'm really excited about this. We got exercise and final. Okay, the other thing that I need to do is I need to add a link to the isolated page. So wonder if I can do that like this. So this is the old link that I used to have. If I can just stick that. Oh, whoops. This will be exercise. This probably won't work because you need to click on it to activate the tab. But let's just stick with that right now. See what happens. Yeah, that opens up the isolated. And if I click around it, then that's not going to work. So what if instead I've kind of got this emoji thing going on. So if I, yeah, no, I don't want to make it all confusing. I want to make it very clear how to get make it do certain things. So we're going to say isolated, or you know what? Let's just put it inside of the tab panel. Do isolated, and I put that in the wrong one. I suppose that I could do a reach UI, reach UI, whatever, I can't remember there. Oh, it's now under React training. So that is good. I want a tooltip. So when you hover over a little icon, it'll say open isolated page. So we'll have a little icon here. And let's add that tooltip. CD to the root, npm install as reach tooltip with an S, or just tooltip. Yep, just tooltip. Okay, we'll come up here. We'll snag the import for that guy. Come on. I don't think I want the use tooltip. We're probably just good with the regular tooltip, actually. But then we're also going to need the CSS for this stuff. So let's tooltip styles, tooltip style CSS. We'll stick that in here. And now this is starting to make me think what we're going to do instead is put all this stuff in an array. So let's do that. Oh, whoops. No, I want, there we go. Put that there. And grab all that and stick it right there. Boom. Okay, cool. And we're getting some kind of error here. Cannot find that. Okay, well, fine. Tooltip, reach, tooltip, styles, CSS. Ah, I misspelled tooltip. That makes sense. There we go. Rebuild. I'm assuming it rebuilt. Yep, there we go. We got that recompiled. And now we've got our tooltip. Let's come down to our tabs. And right here, we'll have our tooltip. Put that in our tooltip. And I keep forgetting which way I put my stuff. Tooltip around the thing. And the label is what we need. So we'll say label, open, isolated, open on isolated page. Yep, that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to call it. And this is going to need to be an emoji. Eventually I'll probably get icons, but right now emoji is where it's at. Okay, let's see. What would be a good emoji? The levitating suit business person. This is giving me a headache. What is this all about? Yeah, boo. Span. Role, image, aria, label. What is this? Levitating man. Business suit levitating. Man levitating in a business suit. I think I need to change the order of those words. That needs to be label. There we go. And this needs to be final. Okay. Sweet. There it is. And I don't like the business suit dude, but while we're here, I'm gonna add a style. We're where the text decoration is none. And instead of the business suit dude, what else we got here? Do we have a window? Nope. Maybe the construction hard hat. There we go. Do we have like a non-gendered version of that? Construction worker emoji bracket. I guess this is the as non-gendered as you get. Yes, I think that is correct. Okay, cool. So we'll put that, and this will be construction worker. Sweet. Okay, very good. Maybe we could put it in the, I wonder if we could put it up in there. Probably not, but maybe. Probably not. Span, foo, probably gonna yell at me. Where's my console? How do you know? How do you know it's not found? Check styles. Styles not found. All right, I gotta figure out how they think they know that styles aren't found. Styles not found. Right, that's where it is. Node, modules. Huh. All right, well, let's take a look at the GitHub. There it is. Interesting. Let's take a look at your styles. Styles. Huh. Reach tooltip. Okay, that's clever. Let's figure out why our built styles don't include that. That'll be in our index, I think. Yeah, right there. Boom, that monstrosity. Okay. Root. Reach tabs. Reach tooltip. Reach tooltip. There it is. It's right there. So it's curious that we're getting that warning when, if I look in here, we've got it right there. Yeah, document.body, get computed. Or wait, no, we're gonna get computed style for document body. And what are they doing? Okay, wait. Let me find out what they're doing here. And then get property value. Get property value for reach tooltip. Fascinating. Root. I wonder if okay, CSS root. I don't know what root is. Oh, okay. So I don't know why that's happening, but it'll be super annoying if I see that every time I refresh. I will not like that. It's super annoying that I am not landing on the line where this is happening. Details, reach, details, what do they call this? Reach, yeah, reach UI, utils. Let's find this. Node modules, reach, utils, dist, index. Debugger. Okay, refresh. Yeah, all right, there it is. All right, so at this point, if I look at my elements, yeah, so it's in there, but for some reason, when they run their get computed style, or even when I do, that property value thing isn't getting applied. Huh. Is that a new font? Yes. Yes, it is. I'm trying out a new font for someone, Mona Lisa. Or Mono Lisa. Font. There we go. Wait, nope, that's not correct. Well, they're going to have a little bit of trouble. Developer font. There we go. monolisa.dev. Yeah, it's pretty good. Learn and customize. Ooh. My goodness. Reject. There you go. Okay. Yeah, so it's pretty cool. I like it pretty well. I'm a big fan of Dank. Dank Mono is pretty cool. But yeah, so I've been using this font for a little bit, and we'll see how I feel after like a week or two, and go back to Dank Mono and see what I want to stick with. Okay. I'm not sure why this is happening. So let's try append styles as string JavaScript. Maybe there's a better way to do this. No. Maybe I should do it the way that Emotion does it, or styled components. Emotion. Let's look at their GitHub. Packages. Core, I'm guessing. Sheet. Thanks, Sunil. So we're creating a style element. We append it. Or, okay. Okay. For container, it's an HTML element. Insert rule. I know that insert rule is faster. What is sheet? Tag.sheet. Okay, that's fine. Oh, okay. Let's go here. Sheet. Okay. Dot insert rule. And insert rule. Yeah, just I have. Are you looking for document head append child document create elements dot sheet? Yep. So the way that I'm doing things right now, feel like this is such a silly thing to be hung up on. But the way I'm doing things right now is I've got an array. Oh, hold on a second. That's why. Join. Maybe it's why. I don't know. Let's try that. I had an array, and I was setting the inner HTML to an array of these things, which begs the question. It works! Oh my goodness, I'm so glad you asked that question, Dustin, because if you hadn't, then I would have dived like really deep into something that was a waste of time. Okay, I'm pretty sure that what's happening here is I cannot put a span in the tab list, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. So, oh, I'm so thrilled that I don't have to dive deeper into that. Tooltip, okay. So right here, I cannot put this in here, and so I will therefore be required to put it in these. And so maybe, here, let's just save that. Maybe a tooltip isn't the right thing. Maybe I should just have it say the words open on isolated page. And then have like a, yeah, let's get rid of that tooltip after all. And what was I, oh yeah, have an HR. And then we'll just do some fancy dancy styles to get this out of the way. We could do, yeah, we'll just do margin top 20 pixels, except this is an anchor, so display block. Yep, that's what we're gonna do. Display block, margin top 20. And then, now that I know that this is what I want, we're gonna make a little function component for this. Isolated page link. And then href. And we'll stick this right here. And do. And put the same thing here, except this will be the final. Okay, good. Final. Oh, and we want that is what we want it to be. Maybe we should have it have a label. Label open final on isolated page, and then open exercise. And that way when they're switching between the two, they see that at least that word is changing, because sometimes they will look exactly the same. Okay, cool. And then come up here and we'll say label, and we'll stick the label in here. Let's just do this. There we go. Beautiful. That's so great. Okay. Cool. So, yeah, we get hello world right there. That looks awesome. Let me put a little bit of space here. Style, margin. Actually, we'll put it a margin top on the footer. That did not do what I thought it was going to do. Did I not? Oh, I put that on the navigation footer. I'll just put a div around that. Thoughts on Docker? Docker seems cool. I haven't done like any Docker, basically no Docker. I don't know how to use Docker. But I'm sure it's great. Okay, cool. So, and there's my phone again, thinking when I say okay, cool, I mean okay, Google, and that's not what I mean. Right, sweet. So now, open that, and then we go back, and we go here, and look. So this is cool. So these exercises are like just HTML files, and so when you go here, it'll navigate you there, and then it'll update the document to look exactly like that HTML file. Literally nothing else on the page but that HTML file, which is awesome. And then you can still navigate back, and it'll get you to the rest of the app, which I think is just so legit. Okay, cool. So now, this is looking really good. I'm kind of thinking we need a border there or something. If I were to say, see, I'm not a designer. I'm gonna see if I can get some a designer to look at this and make it look not terrible. But yeah, see, that's cool. Let's keep going. Yeah, I don't need that deployed version, I think. But sweet. Okay, good. I'm ready to commit this. Oh, you know what? We don't need the tooltip anymore. Let's get rid of that tooltip. npm uninstall reach tooltip. And then let's come over here, get rid of the tooltip, CSS. And that, yeah, all still works, which is great. Oh, this is so awesome. I'm quite happy with how this is going. What I think I want to do actually is I want to make it so you can like, yeah, like drag things across. So I wonder how Code Sandbox does that, because that would be cool. This thing, I want to do this. How are they doing that? Yeah, so they just have a resizer vertical. When you mouse down on it, probably, it just follows the mouse and resizes the left size, or the left side. And then when you mouse up, it stops. It's probably something I could work on eventually. Probably not something I'm going to work on right at the moment, especially since you can open this up all by itself. So, very good. I just get rid of a bunch of stuff I don't need anymore. let's commit this stuff. App with instructions. That. I wonder if the test will pass. I haven't run the test in a while. Get rid of that. Sweet, that's why we have tests. Cool, that looks good. We'll push that. And then let's talk about, this is gonna be great. So I'm gonna actually tweet about this because this is gonna be a fun one. My service worker, what is it? Mock service worker, that's what it is. So with your static file approach, is there a way to detect malform input ahead of time so the page won't silently crash or fail script loading? There would be, yeah, because during this load files, this runs at build time, and so I could do some validation of the files and like compile, make a compile error or something. Yeah, or but I don't think that I can't think of a scenario where that would be the case. And because I'm using React, create React app or React scripts, if there's a React related error, then I'll get a big thing that shows up here that's like, oh, this is the error, this is where it was, and it's really helpful. So another thing to consider here in the future maybe would be adding some, yeah, see, it's already got highlighted stuff. In fact, MDX loader, I think there was some documentation on that for syntax prism. Okay, prism. Actually, I think Kenzie Dodds, GitHub, KenzieDodds.com. I think I've got prism. Yeah, that's what I want. Am I using Prism themes? Yeah, it's just in my package.json. Should probably get rid of that. Prism night owl. Sweet, I'll probably just use this thing straight up. What? npm as a dev dependency, or no, not a dev dependency, just a regular one. Import that, and then we're gonna do something kind of silly fancy. We'll import in here preval. Here, forget that. Just copy this. Get rid of the version range thing. Stick that there and right there. Save that. Get a refresh and refresh. Yeah, boom, look at that. Fancy smancy. That looks good. Be even cooler if we had a dark mode, light mode, so we could have a light theme and a dark theme. That would be very cool. But this is awesome. Yeah, that's so cool. I love it. Love it. Okay, I am starting to think that if I don't have a dark mode, this maybe isn't going to be the best thing. So let's look at light owl. Is there a light owl theme? Prism light owl theme. Well, drat. I don't want to spend the time figuring out how to do that. Let's see. if how hard this is to make my own thing. Themes, light color theme. Ay caramba. Okay, coming back. Color theme.json. Yeah, nope. What's the difference between these two? Color and light. Oh, okay, that's all this. Okay, are those generated or something? Nope, they're just ginormous. Okay, I think I might be able to make this work though. So let's do light owl or prism light owl theme dot css. We're gonna go to node modules prism and grab that, paste it all here, and then what we're gonna do is I'm gonna look for this. Oops, in the regular thing. There you are. So editor foreground. Okay. Okay, this is good. This is good. Now find editor foreground. We're going to snatch that and paste it here. Okay, that's good. All the rest of this is fine. So next is looking for this in rats. Okay, so let's find some hex stuff then. Hex to, or RGB to hex. Ooh, well that's fun. So 29, 59, 83. 29, 59, 83. All the people who created websites that do this, they like totally lost all their traffic when Google was like, oh, let's just make a little color picker. This is like somebody's 20% time thing or something. There we go. Selection background. Okay. Let's find what they say the selection background should be then. It is this on the light theme. Very good. Okay, but we want it RGB version, so let's do that because I want to have that same alpha. So 224 for all of those. Okay, and that's our background, I think. Code blocks, color, not pre-code, and color is white. The background is this thing. All right, so let's see if that is in here anywhere. This is in the regular theme. Okay. Yep, editor getter background. There we go. Oh, that's interesting. Peak editor getter is different. Huh. Okay. Let's see, where else is this? Peak view editor. Panel background. Let's grab that. All right. FO. And then the color is going to need to be something different. So white. Terminal, ANSI white. Oh, well, that just happens to be the exact same color as this. That's not going to do it. Name invalid. Let's see if what they do for that. Okay, so those are exactly the same. Huh. Okay, there's something different. Okay, let's see what that looks like. Sweet. Okay, that's probably going to be good enough. And then we need to get 99, 119, 119. 99, 119, 119. Grab that hex value and see if it's anywhere in here. Okay, comment. All right. There we go. Oh, and let's switch that over to RGB just because, I guess. Those numbers look fancy. Okay, and then punctuation. Very good. Everybody wants some good punctuation. Oh, sweet. They accepted that like a champ. Copy this. Find it in our regular color theme. That's a keyword. And here, let's do. Okay, cool. Well, I don't know how people build themes, to be honest. Seems really complicated. Okay, we're getting there. We just got a million more of these to go. And it'll probably be worth it, maybe, sort of. Okay. C# namespaces. Is that the exact same thing? No, they're different. Okay, here we go. They look pretty similar, so I'd probably be okay to not switch all these, but that is darker, yeah. And that would make sense. Okay, and it looks like this doesn't support RGBA, but that's okay. We just need this thing. Error foreground, boom. So that. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. So we went from red in our error foreground to like a bluish. Fascinating. Okay, well, we'll take a look at that. We'll take a look. We'll see. Yeah, I copied that already. Paste that in. Looks like a bluish sort of thing. And the token symbol. Grab that, put that in here. Look for that hex in here. Notification link foreground. Sure. Looks like that. Put that in there. Grab that. And that's that. And now we're looking for this thing. So let's put that in there. Let's look for this over here. And grab this guy. Paste it in there. Grab all this. It looks a little darker. And then we've got a token boolean. That's our null thing. It's this thing. Okay, we're churning. We're churning. This is good. Just slap that in there. Now we're on numbers. Look for that in here. You know what? You're just in my way. Okay. Invalid broken. Cool. And this is, oh shoot, what was it? F7. So the background. Oh, we're gonna need to stick you in there. I'm starting to wonder if maybe is there another constant character escape? AA. Yeah, okay, it's the same. All right. Yeah, okay, cool. So we've got that. Paste that in there. And then for all of these, you. And stick you in there. And then we'll have this over here. We'll paste that there. We'll copy this. We'll paste this there. And for keyword on the foreground is what we're looking for. Have I copied that before? Yes, yes I have. I should probably double check. Ah, and there it is again. Wait a second. Okay, doc type. All right, let's just double check. Yeah, look, I've got 2 of those. I should have been doing this the whole time. Okay, so let's make sure that we don't copy or go through this whole process twice for one thing. Okay, inherited class. That's easy to find. There it is. And we'll put that for both of those. We just have 2 left. What? JavaScript classes. And that was an accident. Grab this one, copy that. JavaScript Terminator. Terminator. There we go. Boom. And we got them. Okay, so now we're going to do other prism theme light owl. And we'll rename this prism theme light owl .css. And then I got to figure out a way to switch between the two. How do you switch between 2 different themes? Okay, here. Prism switch themes. But what if I want to switch it, like I want to have multiple on the same page? Yeah, okay. I can come up with an interesting way to do that. But for right now, we'll comment that out. To do dynamically switch the theme based on dark light mode. All right. So let's take a look. Hey, that looks pretty good. Tain't bad, but I don't think it's quite right. So theme preferences, color theme, light owl. Owl? No, light. Whoa! My eyes! Okay, got a couple questions. Will you add GraphQL testing to your testing JavaScript course? Maybe eventually. Yeah, I haven't really done a whole lot of that. And so I'd have to spend some time shipping stuff and learning about it. So, yeah. Nothing in the plans right now. Could you toggle a body class light dark since you're shipping that defines the themes? That's kind of what I was thinking. Yeah. So I could either do that, and that would require that I vendor this so that I could add those prefixes so that they would apply, or I could insert these into the style sheet and then like disable and enable those style sheets imperatively with JavaScript. That could probably work. So I know that it's possible. I'm not too worried about that. Just want to make sure I do it in a reasonable way. So yeah, what we've got here now, let's Yeah, we've got highlighting and stuff. That's cool. Here, React, create element, blah. Okay, that looks right. Except that's a different color than it would be right here, but that's fine. This should be like a red string. Yeah, so this should be like some sort of reddish color. So we're gonna find out, just make that up. Or actually, you know what? They probably got it in here in a way that I could find it. Did I close it? Yeah, string. And this is the regular. So let's find string. There you are. And forget this RGB nonsense. Is that? Huh. I just must be getting something wrong. I wonder why this technically seems like that would be a string. Hello. Weird. This is the light theme, yeah. String quoted? Maybe that's it. Yes, that is it. Very good. Cool. So then we come back over here. And did I save this? Oh, but I don't rerun this on save of the CSS, I guess. There we go. Nice. Okay, let's just grab all this and we'll copy it right here and see what happens. So the const looks wrong. Keyword. Yeah, so let's find out what the keyword is. And I think that's what I've got already. I don't think that's the color that this is. Keyword is const. Oh, that's right. Okay, save that, save this. Oh, and let's comment that out, save it, and then comment back in. Okay. Good. And that's black. And we've got that. Okay, that should be the same as a quoted string. Add our value. We're going to make that see, because it's class name. So, but you know what? I'm just going to make it be the same as a string. So we're just going to snatch those. Well, we'll just copy this. There we go. Okay, cool. This is looking pretty darn good. Yeah, the text content in here is purple, but in there it's black. I actually kind of like it better as black, sort of. And I don't know if I'd have the specificity that I need. Yeah, just plain text is what that is. So here it's probably something else. That's okay. Our comments are looking good. And then when we get dark mode, what we'll do is it'll look like this. Boom. And it'll be all dark and it'll be great. It'll look really good. But that's for a later day. So we're going to leave that to do there. And we are solid. Super happy with that. All right. Very good. So the next thing is add syntax highlighting. That is so good. I'm super happy with this. Yeah, okay, good. So the next thing that we're going to do is going to be exciting. So let me snag a link to the thing we're going to talk about and tweet about it, because I think people will like to watch it, like watching this one. This will be cool. Sorry, I'm just getting distracted by Twitter. This is why I live stream, so that I don't get distracted by Twitter, but then I go to tweet something and I'm like, oh, I have like 1 million notifications. Okay, here we go. Still going. Next, now I'm going to work on adding support for this. This will mean that people can make regular HTTP requests, which will show up in the network tab without actually requiring that we run any servers to handle them. Super cool. All right, sweet. And okay, very good. Getting rid of that. Nobody wants that nonsense. Okay, here I am. We're gonna use this library. I've investigated a couple. There's another one called Service Worker or Mocker JS, I think. It looks really good, but I don't think that it works in the same way that this one does, as far as like where you're actually writing your service worker code, because the way that it works is really fascinating. They just generate a service worker for you that's pretty small, and then they post messages to the client, to the actual main thread, which does all the handling of the API requests. It sends it back to the service worker, and then the service worker responds to the request with whatever you sent back, which means that you can put all of your service worker logic right next to the rest of the files that you're working with regularly, which I think is cool. So let's go ahead and pull this up. We've got our mock service worker getting started. Let's copy and paste this. Oh, whoa. Okay, let's fix our color theme to regular night owl. Night owl. Whew. I can see again. And we'll npm install. Oh, I've already. But we don't want to save it as a dev dependency. I want to make it a legit dependency because this is going to be installed by other people as dev dependencies. So it'll work out quite nicely. So here, here's how we're going to do this. I'm thinking we'll have a server directory, or maybe a server.js file. Yeah, so here we'll do let's just do this, npx init, and we'll put in our example public, stick it in there. Okay. So they're just going to be looking for the mock service worker here. Let's see, ESLint disable and prettier disable, or ignore. ESLint disable ESLint, or maybe it's disable ESLint. Maybe you need to do a comment like this. There we go. And or ignore. Nope. Disable. You need to spell disable correctly, at least. Nope. Okay. Well, whatever. Who cares? We can prettyify this thing for all I care. I don't care. All right, but we don't want to worry about ESLint stuff. Yeah, get rid of that. This is development. The whole thing is development, even in production. And then in our probably when we're generating the code, so we'll want it to show up in here to start the service worker, and then we'll pull it in and do all this stuff here. Okay. Kind of think I want to have my own API for this stuff, but maybe not. Maybe I'll just... Maybe I won't have any support built in for something like this. I don't know how to abstract this yet, so I'm not going to build in support for this, but I am going to play around with it so I at least see an example of what this is going to look like. So, given that, we're going to npm uninstall this from here, and then we'll go into the lower, or the example directory for this stuff. Example react do, and we'll npm install that in here. And I'm gonna have an import server here, and we'll do just copy this, paste that, and I did that already. Sweet. I love it. Okay. I'm gonna have a user, or actually here, I think we have an exercise 9. Nope. 8. Nope. Okay. Well, we'll have a post to user. That's cool. Like params body. Username. And we'll send a response. Status 200. I don't need a header. I don't want to delay. Well, sure. Why not? And then username. And I think they've got a way to actually make a legit fetch response patching. Yeah. That is fascinating. Huh, okay, well, I wonder how they make that work. Okay, they're gonna just say response, username, and mocked is true. Sweet. Okay, and then we'll go to, we'll just call this exercise 8. Here, we'll do it on the final version. This is all gonna be messed up anyway. And on submit username, say window.fetch user. And why is this? Oh. Body JSON stringify username. And we'll snatch that username here. Okay, then we'll come over here to this. We'll go to number 8. Here we are, final. Let's look at our network tab, see what happens. Stuff, submit, and boom. Cannot have a body. Did I say get? My bad. Post. Boom. What? Oh, well, that's annoying. I blame Axios. Method post. Here we go. And we are on final. Boom. And sweet. Okay, so this is good. Well, okay, maybe it's not good. It looks like we're not actually, we don't have the service worker active, or do we? Why did that happen? Oh, wait, that's the exercise. Okay, so we are getting something under mock service worker JS. A lot of this stuff is coming from the service worker, but I don't think I want it to. And that's also interesting. We're getting logs, or we should be getting logs, I would expect. But we are not. Let's go application, service workers, update on reload. Oh, that's the exercise. Maybe I should change this to the same emoji that I use on the home, so it's more obvious which is that you're on exercise versus final. I'm going to do that right now. Oh no, yeah. Great. See, this is what happens when you make an abstraction. Now we have to do another prop or something. Is it worth all the trouble? You know what? We'll just make this whole thing the label. And in fact, let's just, for crying out loud, I'll just grab this, get rid of that entirely. Say open exercise on isolated page, and this will be the muscles. And this href will go here, and we'll get rid of this, and that, and that, that. Save that. And we're going to copy all this and do basically the same thing here. This will be final. Oops, final. This will be our, checkered flag, and this will be final. And then we can go boom, 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 boom. Save all that. There we go. See, now that's a little more obvious which one you're on. And it works. Very good. And actually, you know what? Let's go to the final one. And boom, submit. And does this blow us up again when I try to click on that? Yes, it does. Why is that? Okay. Script has an unsupported MIME type. Failed to register for the scope. Okay, that's interesting. Let's figure out how I can make it register the right service worker. Okay, well, fine. Let's figure out what they're doing when I say start debugger. Yeah, oh, I just accidentally closed DevTools. Refresh. Hey, it worked that time. All right, so let's dive in. So the service worker URL is /mock service worker, but that's not where I want it to be. It needs to be from /service worker. So it looks like they say the first argument is where the service worker is going to be from. So what I'm going to do is we'll say mock service worker.js. That should do it. The script something something MIME type something something. Boom, submit. We get a 404. I don't know why that is, but then if I click on that, it's going to explode. 404 not found from service worker. I'm making a post, and I should be listening to a post. Okay. Okay, so we're at least getting into the service worker, so that's good. Oh. Okay, so original response. That's just a function to get the original. That makes sense. Okay. So then we come in here. Okay. If there's not a client, there is a client. And it's not enabled, so we're going to step over that. We get our request headers. So we duplicate all the request headers. Very good. And then request.json and request.text. Okay. And very good. And then we're going to message the client. I missed a phone call, apparently. Okay. So messaging the client involves posting a message, and our message is all this stuff. And there's the body. Yep, very good. Okay. Sounds fine. And then we need to go from here into wherever we handle that from MWS. Here, actually, let's, yeah, no. MWS .js, or node modules MWS. How are they matching that? Or, oh, MSW, there we go. This file. And this is a very large file. It's all webpacked and all that stuff. So add event listener. Okay, message, handle, incoming. Whoa, long title of that. Okay, play that through. Cool, we made it. So now we get our request and we find the relevant request handler. So we have request handlers, and yes, I do have that request handler. Let's go in here. We'll dive into the predicate. Have same method. Should, yes. URL match, request, URL. Ah, okay. Mask. Let's dive into that. And matches, false, match. I see, okay. So there's no way to do a slash. That's what's wrong. Oh, I wonder, so here he just does a regular no slash, so I wonder if maybe that's what I need to do. Let's get rid of that. Oh, whoops. And we'll turn off all these. Oh, come on. Oh, and turn off all these. No, no dice. Okay, fine. Huh. Okay, play through that. Okay, I know we can get there. And what I want to know is right here, actually. Play through. And here we can get that. And I want to get there. Predicate. URL match false. No, I wanted to get to that URL match. Try again. Dive in. And dive in. Path to regex. Okay, but we are a regex. So here's our expression. Exec on the URL. Match. Huh. Match at 0 is, huh. That doesn't really make sense to me. I wish there was a way to manually fire and debug requests to service workers from the console window in DevTools, or maybe it already just works by calling await fetch. I'm not sure what you're asking, but or suggesting how React Router DOM render prop works. What is the difference between Jest and React Testing Library? Well, Jest is a test framework. React Testing Library is a library. The framework runs your tests. It reports on errors. React Testing Library helps you to render your components so that you can make assertions on what those components render. That's what it does. So I'm not sure I understand why this is not working. But I want to be able to just do user. So I'm thinking I want to find out what this path to regexp thing does. Well, here, we'll put a breakpoint right there. Play through this. Why is this going so many times? Okay, refresh. Okay, then pause, then break through there. Get to the predicate thing. Let's just skip through that. Okay, so we have our expression. That doesn't really give me any information though. Expression, yeah, basically user G and match at 0, match input. No, that is wrong. That is, that's annoying. Man, I don't want to report a bug about this. What am I doing wrong? It takes so long to report a bug. I don't want to do it. I just want it to work. I want to figure out how to make this work. Matches in strict mode, otherwise loose matches will be considered truthy. Yeah, but your URL includes the entire fully qualified domain. Whatever thing. Dang it. Okay, well, let's just go look at how good their tests are, and maybe I can write a test that fails. That might be even easier. Where's your GitHub? GitHub. No link to GitHub. Okay. Let's take, oh, you're written in TypeScript, so there's that. Contact, test spec. Okay. No integration tests. Yeah. So that's not gonna help. Dang it. Have I tried using Angular? I used AngularJS for a long time. That was great. Then I actually gave some talks about Angular at conferences and stuff, and but I gave up and moved on to React before Angular became a thing. So that's the answer to that question. Okay, so no tests around the thing that I'm having issues with. Let's just see if I do exactly what they say, if that will work. So we'll go here. Oh, /users. Interesting. Well, if I can make that work, /, then that'll probably be enough. Because I don't really care enough. Okay, playthrough. Come on, come on. Here we go. No. Say boom, submit, and network. Sweet, it worked. Hooray! See, so now you get it from the network. We get a preview. Booyah! All right. So that's how it'll work in the repos where I want to do this, of which there are, I think, 2. Cool, but there's nothing I can see right from the face of it that I need to abstract any further than this, so I'm not going to do anything further in the actual thing here. So let's see. I did get diff the source. What did I change? Oh yeah, isolate link. So get add the source, and let's commit just that with improve emoji, and we won't verify that. And then git commit add MSW, my service worker, mock service worker. And what? What? Enable to resolve path to server. It's right there. Okay. Node module cache. And example no or React node module is cache. That's where I put the cache for ESLint. So maybe that's what's going on. Nope. No dice. That's super duper annoying. ESLint or example React fundamentals source index. Huh, that's interesting. Oh my goodness. If I could tell you the number of times that this rule has given me headaches. I've dived into the source code for this more times than I care to say. Maybe I should just use Node TypeScript. I realize that is the correct answer, but I'm not. I can't do it in my workshops. I can't expect that everybody knows TypeScript. So ESLint, resolver, Node, or Webpack. I don't know which one it's diving in with. So that's so frustrating. Why is that happening? Well, see, and I don't even know why. Okay, fine. You know what? I don't care. ESLint disable next line import no unresolved. I have no idea why this is happening. Okay. I'm not going to worry about it because it's not really a high priority thing anyway. I'm pretty sure I'm ready to merge this and release this stuff. So with that in mind, let me just make sure of something really quick. Example React our test E2E run. Creating that production build. And there we go. Just running that smoke test. Make sure things are in the right spots and whatnot. I think I may have, in my redesign, yeah, I broke it. I knew it. Rats. Okay. Test E2E dev. Yeah, in my redesign, I broke it a little bit. No. Okay, whatever, that's fine. I'm already running it, that's why. Okay, here we go. So we get to this page and it's like, hey, I'm looking for an exercise, but we found multiple of those on this page because we have exercise here and all of this stuff. So what I want to do, boy, doesn't that look great? I think that looks great. Don't you think that looks great? I'm really happy with the way that this turned out. I would like a dark mode. I think that would look cool, but yeah, anyway. So what I'm looking for is, I want to find the title. So I'll just say basic JavaScript rendered hello world. Let's go to our smoke.js. Yeah, there we go. We got that. So sci find by text. Yeah, I don't really care about how specific it is. Should exist. And then we want to click on the exercise, this link right here. Exercise isolated. Click, and final. Isolated. Except what we need to do is click on the final, this thing first. And so that's going to be a button that says final. So let's say sci find by text, final, selector, button, and click on that. And then find that, then and back. Then we'll click on home. And yep, and then click on that one. Here, let's just see how far it goes. Okay, it looks like it's failing to get basic hello world. That's interesting. Huh. It's very strange. Should absolutely be getting that timed out. Try. Oh, found multiples. Oh. Basic. Oh, hahaha. And then there's hello world. All right, fine. We'll just say we want a heading. Selector, heading, or H1. Try that again. What's going on? Okay, something's wrong. Stop that. Try it again. There we go. Okay, cool. So now we're looking for the final button and unable to find it because yeah, I need to ignore case. There we go. Try that again. I don't know why this is happening. Why is this happening all of a sudden? It should be rerunning my tests, but it does not appear to be wanting to do that. Very good. Okay, Now we're getting to nesting elements. We get 2 of those now. So we're going to look for the anchor. It's kind of implementation details, honestly. But honestly, if this breaks, I don't care too much about it. Okay, that's interesting. This should definitely be clicking. I don't know why it's finding multiple elements with the text nesting elements. Well, that's super annoying. And I don't know why it keeps on just hanging. That is so... Boy, why is everything being so annoying today? Found multiple elements, but I'm doing fine by... Am I looking at the wrong thing? Nesting elements. Nesting... Oh, I am. Rats. Yeah, and that's why that didn't work. Alright, get rid of all that. Selector A. There. And stop and go again, I guess. Good. Alright, it worked. Hooray! Okay. Well, glad that works. Let's come back up here. Oh, whoa. Hold on. Example, React fundamentals, Cypress, screenshots. Yeah. Okay. And we want to do the same thing to videos. And then we're going to come down here. Cypress screenshots. Cypress videos. Okay. Some changes. What the? Okay, I guess I previously added that. My bad. Git commit. Add example of mock service worker. And fix Cypress. There we go. Probably should add Cypress to my validate stuff, but I'm not going to bother. I probably should, though. Let's at least add it to Travis. So here, we'll go npm run validate, and then sure we can do code cov, and then we'll do cd the example React fundamentals and npm run setup. And we should have a setup script in there. Setup. That'll run the setup stuff. Yep, that runs all that. And that'll actually also run the validate. Which will also have instead of that, we'll have it run the test E2E run. There we go. And setup runs that, right? Pretty sure it does. Yeah, that's one of the things that it does. Okay, cool. Good. All right, I think this is good. Let's go ahead and have I released this? Yes, I have. So we're gonna make a git add commit make Travis on staff. And then we're gonna git browse and get rid of that, and that. Come down here, we'll make a pull request for this. How would you suggest getting started with writing custom script for React like PayPal scripts? Well, I've got KCD scripts, which you might be able to use as a starting point to kind of see how that works. But I also have, I think I talked about this in a dev tip once, where I walked through how React scripts works. React scripts, how toolkits work, yeah. So maybe that'll help. Good luck with that. Okay, cool. So we are major changes and whatever. Yeah, I do what I want in this project because it's a Kent C. Dot's project, so I do whatever I want. Okay, well, that's what we're gonna do. Let's just go ahead and see this thing build. Do I not have Travis on this? No, of course I have Travis on this. Where's Travis? Travis CI. Yep, there I am. Pull requests. There you are. Beautiful. Take a look at node 12 here. Okay. Sure glad that those are secure, because I'd be invalidating a few tokens right now if they weren't. Yes, it's true. I am being distracted by Twitter. Sebastian McKenzie is claiming that the Ionic framework is declining right now. Oh, he's commenting on Christoph. He's being sarcastic, which is great. Okay, cool. Oh, bummer. Wonder why that's oh, whoops. I wonder why I didn't pick that up. CodeGen, it now has the server thing is added. Okay, fine, no problem. Commit, update snapshots, git push. Man, this is the worst, because then we have to wait for this and engine yarn is unsupported. Well, that is fine because I don't even care about that. Commit, remove yarn from engines, git push. I wonder where that came from. Huh. Yeah, I don't know. That's weird. Trackpad battery low. Connect to USB to recharge soon. Okay. Well, while I'm waiting for my pull request to build, here, I'm going to just cancel this one because I know that's not going to work. Let's go back to this one. While I'm waiting for that, I'll go ahead and grab my USB. Be right back. Is that kind of weird? Yeah. Here we go. Get this wireless thing corded. Okay, that's too bad. Unable to resolve. For crying out loud. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to say root true. There we go. And I'll bet you that with that, now we can go here. And what is this? Yeah, okay. Sweet. So then let's just run that validate script right here. Boo! What is this? This is super duper frustrating. Okay, so we're going to come down here then. We're going to just ignore examples. And we'll come here and get, well, yeah, we'll leave the root true there. Now let's run the validate script. Nope. All right. Oh, it should be example. There we go. Try that again. Very good. Thank you. Git commit boo on ESLint. And, you know, as I say that, I feel like maybe I should go double check that the setup script will pass in here. So let's npm run setup, and we'll just go ahead and git push this as we go. Starting workshop setup, starting validation, dependency installation. And I don't know what is taking so long. What is happening? Okay, good. And maybe that in our lint. Kaboom. Oh, that makes sense. We need to extends React app. Ah, and with that, I wonder if maybe I could get away with not having to ignore that directory. Yeah, okay, let's ignore it after all. We're gonna get coverage handled just fine because we run the setup anyway. Okay, cool. Let's run that validate script again. It runs all the stuff. Huh, that's interesting. It should definitely be doing, oh, it broke, that's why. This must be mocked. Oh, right, because... Oh, boo. Okay, fine. Let's come back over here. Let's go to our tests. Go to 8. And we'll say... window.fetch.mock implementation once. Promise resolve username. Well, it'll actually resolve to an object that has a JSON property that promise resolve that. That's going to take the username. Okay. Try that again. And this time, oh, because we didn't call console info. Well, let's just go ahead and call console info. And we'll come over here to actually our final and come down here. And sure, we'll make this async. And then we'll await. And then we'll then, well, response data await response JSON, and then console info data.username. Boom. All right, now let's try that again. It's probably going to fail again because we need to wait for that to happen. So then we'll bring in wait. We'll say wait for it to be called. And we'll come over here, we'll say sync, and we'll run it again. And it's going to time out. For goodness sake. Expected username in A, received username and /user. Oh, right, because fetch, gotcha. Username. Okay, so URL config JSON parse config body dot username. This is a bad test. This is stupid, but I don't really care that much. Sweet, it passed. Fix tests. You've got to be joking me. Why? Okay, coming back down here. We're gonna go, I'm ignoring the example. So why does it not honor that? And it should be running the rest of this from the context of this. Yeah, so that works fine. But then when we pass things through Husky, it's gonna and lint staged, it's gonna pass all the files to lint, and that makes us pass this file through lint, and it just doesn't care that it's actually ignored. Is what that amounts to. So if I were to go to example, source final 08. Put it here, uselint config react app. Let's just try that. Just add that to our deps. I don't mind installing a bunch of stuff. Just want to get this published so I can actually implement it somewhere. No. Let's try this. At least the smoke test passed, so that's good. I wouldn't have any of these problems if I used workspaces, probably. I should probably just learn how to do that. File ignored. Yeah, well, that's fine. Good. So now we can say this. Espia. I don't know what that means. You are a spy. Is that because I'm wearing this hoodie? Actually, my hair's probably been flattened down pretty well, so I can take it off. This morning I just had a bad hair day or something, I don't know. But there we go. Ta-da! Okay, so now let's run the validate script. I'm pretty sure it'll pass. We'll push this. And I'm pretty sure that our build will finally pass. Oh, hey, this one passed. Magically. It's good. That's because the thing that was failing was the commit hook, so that's fine. But that's great. This is good news. That means I can merge it and it will get released. And check it out. We've got starting workshop setup. The validation was successful. Dependency installation was successful. Project validation, that was not successful, but for some reason the build still passed. That is not good. Huh. Travis, that script failed. Does my setup script not fail when that happens? Okay, I'm pretty sure that that should not be there. Example, or here, let's try git ignore right here. Yeah. Yeah, VS Code is pretty cool. You can do multiple of those. Okay, so this setup scripts, setup. Oh, okay, this is what I need to do. Else process.exit result status. There we go. Make script fail if setup fails. Here we go. Okay, sweet. So now we go back to our pull request. This one's building, and it actually probably should pass, so we won't really know if that thing works or not. But so yeah, starting dependency installation. Installing all the stuff. Project validation. Now we're running the build and all the other stuff. Our tests are running, tests are working, hooray. We're close. We are close, and then I'll finally be able to do stuff. What am I doing? Explain it to me here in text. Sorry, I'm working. I'm not going to explain it to you in text, but I am working on this React Workshop app, which you will find linked in the description of this video. And it is a set of common abstractions I find useful in my React workshops. So you can go take a look at that if you want to. Okay, cool. So here we are. Just making sure that everything's building, and it looks like Cypress is failing for some reason. So let's find out why. Be able to find using JSX. Well, that's unfortunate. So there are screenshots and video and stuff, but I don't know how to access those. Those files, but anyway, so it's gonna get released anyway. I think it actually. Oh no, this is a pull request, so we're fine. Well, I'm glad you're tuning in from Spain. I am from the United States, and I live in Utah, and it's great here. These live streams are great, Kent. I already learned about a few new libraries tools to go check out. Awesome. Sometimes I think they might be a little boring, especially when I'm working through things that I think are really stupid, like some of the stuff I'm doing right now, but I'm glad that they are helping you. So I got to figure out why this might be failing on CI, and one way that I might be able to do that is if I say CI is 1 and then npm run test e2e run. That'll run my build, which is what's happening right here, and then we start up Cypress, and we got it accepting connections, and then we fail to find the text using JSX. So if we open up smoke.js and we're looking for using JSX right there. Oh, I see. That makes sense why Poirot wanted me to explain what I was doing in the terminal or in the comments so that you could use Google Translate. Well, I'm working on this. And that's as much as I'm going to stop my work to explain. Sorry. Okay. Sweet. So this is actually good news because this means that I will fail when my validation fails. So that's good. Now I got to figure out why I am failing, and I can't reproduce it locally, which is a real bummer because I can't figure out why this would be happening. Why using JSX would be showing up in two places. Well, let's just comment that out and see what happens. Git commit, make Cypress pass, maybe. What up, KCD? What up, Ayop Thomas A lot? No relation to XKCD. However, I do have a kcd.im domain that's my short URL. I just noticed. Yeah, see, there's that little tuft of hair. I need to get a haircut, and this is why I'm wearing the beanie. I think it looks bad. otherwise. But yeah, Beanie's back on. Okay, so we're going to look at x.kcd.im and say what? I must have not ported that over that when I changed my name servers. Anyway, that used to redirect you to xkcd as a joke, but we don't do funny things anymore, apparently. All right, sweet. So here we are, node 12, hoping that this will pass. Surprisingly high coverage numbers, despite not actually testing a whole lot. That is interesting. Yeah, fascinating. There we go. Doing all the validation and stuff. I mean, this is actually quite good because you'll notice we're running npx and we're running a bunch of JavaScript that I've written in Jest to set up people's machines and make sure that you're using the right version of stuff and whatever. This is the workshop validator script. There's a setup script that I run too. Where's the setup JS? Yeah, so I run this gist, which showed up on this window here. And that just runs more npx stuff on other gists. So I've got a bunch of code that's running from these gists to set up people's machines. And the reason that I do it this way is because I do this before I install dependencies, and so I can't use those dependencies to do these validation checks. But if I use npx, then it'll install those dependencies as it goes. And so all I have to do in my setup here is make sure that they have npx. And if they don't, then they absolutely won't be able to do the rest of the workshop anyway. So I can just do a really quick and easy validation for npx. If they've got it, then we'll kick this off, make sure they have all the right versions. We'll install stuff, we'll run the validation. And now all I have to do is copy paste this to every project rather than like giant amounts of files and stuff, which has been great. Do you make codes? So I write code. I'm a code writer, and I like to live stream what I code because people seem to think it's interesting, and I stay on task better if I do. I feel like my credit card info is unsafe. So how about this? Oh, sweet, it worked. What is it? Hacker typer. I can't remember. Infinite WPM. That's right. I made this a long time ago. So that's fun. Sweet, our build passed. Hooray! Pull requests. And now we're just running node 12, which does the actual releasing, except we're on a pull request, so it won't do anything. But that means that now I can merge this and be happy. We're going to squash and merge this, get rid of all those ugly commits like it never happened. And we'll do a feature, lots more stuff. And breaking change, your index.js should look like this now. And let's find our index.js, and it'll look like this. Okay, cool. And there we go. Merging. Did I label that correctly? Hold on a second. Breaking, yeah, okay, good. And I'll probably need to manually update the thing, but that's all right. Great. So let's take a look at our build. Current. Nice. We're going to get an automatic release here in a second. I'm confused by what's happening in the comments right now, but that's okay. Okay, so the next thing that I'm going to do, now that I've figured this thing out, and actually I can get rid of this line. Actually, we're going to check out master, get pull, and get reset, or get branch, set upstream 2, origin, master, get pull, and then come up here, get rid of that because I think that's working now. And oh, I've got a merge conflict. Okay, get add and get a rebase, continue, and get rebase abort, get reset hard, origin, master, because I don't care what I had locally. Okay, sweet. So get commit, chore, remove, comment. Oh shoot, no. Don't want to push that yet. We gotta wait for this release to happen, or it won't. It'll be like, oh, I'm not the latest commit, so I'm not gonna release, but I want you to release. Please just release. So as we go, we're gonna open up let's do our the fundamentals one first, actually. So cd react fundamentals, come over here, and this one I can't remember if I already started react workshop app. Nope. Yeah, so it's not in here yet. Sweet. So what this means is I can get rid of raw loader. Let's go ahead and upgrade React. Here, let's do this. Save that. NCU-U. That'll look through all my dependencies, upgrade it to the latest version. That's all I want. And then we don't need router or Jest DOM. We will be using that. We probably will be using that. We won't be using that. We won't be using that or that. We will not be using that. We won't be using that. We won't be using that. Not directly anyway. And then we won't be using that, or we'll keep prettier, I guess, in here, may as well. We will be using that, and we won't need that. Super awesome. And we'll get rid of this, all that stuff. We don't need that anymore. Okay. Okay. Cool. So then npm install with what we've got. Hey, Poirot shell. That's not what we do here. So I'm gonna remove that comment that you just made, and if we have any more issues like that, then I'll boot you. So want to be friendly, helpful, and happy to have you here as long as you are a good actor, and not just you, but everybody. We don't make jokes about stuff like that. Okay, very cool. Here we go. We've got our build history. We're still on master, and here comes the release. Please work. So we had to run the build again, even though we ran it 3 times in those 3 different things, which is kind of, whatever. It's not my services that these things are running on. And we also like have to install and everything. It's kind of nuts. But I mean, once those 3 things run, then we're pretty confident we can release, so that's fine. Hey from Russia, what's up? Okay. I don't, Poirot, I'm not sure. I'm just, can I? Yeah, I'm gonna just hide your messages, I guess. Or I guess I could report you, but yeah, please just, you feel free to watch. Okay, so I'm not sure, but this seems to have broken. And I don't know why it broke. What? Oh, we're missing load extras. Ah, it worked. I can't believe it. I put that feature in thinking, oh, this might be interesting, but it actually did something useful. So let's pull up our thing again, even though it is kind of annoying because it took forever to get to this point. I have files, dist, load exercises, and setup tests, and I don't think I need load exercises anymore. But I do need code gen. Ha! Sweet. That totally worked. I'm so glad that that worked. Commit, fix, add code gen to file list. And push that up, and then we'll be good to go. It's a miracle. It worked. Do you have any thoughts on atomic design? You talking? Yeah. So let's just make sure we're talking about the same thing. Atomic design. I'm thinking about this book by Brad Frost, which I have not read. So I don't really. I'm not a designer. I'm actually the stuff I create is not good. From a design perspective, so I don't have much to say about this, but apparently 90% of people like this book, and Brad Frost says things that I think make sense lots of the time, so I'm probably in favor, I guess. I have to study React plus Java on the back end. Cool. Well, good luck with that. All right. Node 12, here we go again. Okay, well, I'm not waiting for that. We're gonna come back here to React Fundamentals stuff. We've got this going, and yeah, just while I'm waiting for this, let's come in here. We can get rid of all this stuff. I was experimenting with stuff in here, and now instead we'll have this. Get rid of that, get rid of that, or maybe actually, yeah, I don't need to get rid of that. Sweet. Okay, and then we have our styles. We don't need load exercises anymore. We don't need app anymore. We don't need hacks. Yep, hacks can go away. Our extra credit now, the naming convention has changed to a dot first and then a dash. I think my daughter may be coming in to read here in just a second, in which case we will be taking a break or just be done for the day. We'll see. Hey, Kent. Hi from Costa Rica. Sweet. Is there Travis released stuff related to Semver? Have you released any blog posts or courses where I could learn that? So several years ago, I released a course on Egghead about this, and it's a little dated, but it's conceptually very much the same. So I'll give you a link to that. Yeah, are the Travis checks somewhere publicly? Yeah, sure. Let's just grab this, and you should be able to see this available publicly. Cool. So let's see what else we got here. I'm going to need to update anything that references extra credits in here. Looks like none of them do, which is good. It's cool. Exercises here. We've got all this stuff. Yeah, this is fine. And then I feel like, yeah, I need to get rid of some of this stuff. So what did I have in my index HTML here? It's just the font stuff. So everything else is handled internally now, which is great. Okay, very good. So now, once I get that thing released, then yeah, then we should be pretty solid. So now each workshop only consists of the README, the outline. We have a code sandbox config. Okay. I don't think I need that. Yeah, so the .env, I don't know if I need that anymore either. We've got our appvayer that runs our setup script, and our Travis should just run the setup script. We just do that there. Cache npm. Okay. Oh, and our scripts. We can get rid of all this garbage. Get rid of that. That one's a huge script because it's a built file that I copied and pasted everywhere. And we'll copy the setup right here that's now using npx instead. And let's make sure, is our git ignore ignoring the build and coverage? And our code of conduct is 1.4. Is there a newer version of this? Yeah, there's a 2.0. Sweet. So let's look at the markdown version. Copy all this stuff. And where's the @ sign? Email. Actually, you know what? I've got a code of conduct of my own. So let's do that. Oh, whoops. So if you're curious, you can find that code of conduct at kenziedots.com/conduct. And we'll just stick that in here. Please refer to this. Very good. And see our prettier RC. Let's go ahead and just get all the things updated. I think this one's updated. Oh, it's case. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's dive in there, and then we'll dive in there, and then we'll grab all of this. And there we go. Prettier ignore. We don't need to ignore that anymore. And we're just installing those things, so we don't need those anymore either. Or we're referencing them from unpackage. So we don't need to worry about those. Although maybe we should. Maybe we should install them. No, we'll just do it from unpackage. That's more straightforward. Okay, so we've got useless ignore 2. Can get rid of those. Okay, Travis we already looked at. Appvayer is good. Contributing. I don't need to worry about that. Outline. Got all this stuff. I feel like we're missing some emoji. Matthew the muscle. Haha. Exercise. And I need a name that starts with that will be good with the checkered flag. Final. I mean, there's Chuck the checkered flag. How about yeah, Chuck. Okay, Chuck the checkered flag. Or we could do an F name. Franny. Nope. Chuck is gonna stick. Okay, and then we also have Peter. Yeah, there we go. I think it was story time. Okay, there we go. Okay. I'm gonna put that up there. Okay, sweet. Copy those. Got our workshop feedback. That should pop up to a Google form, which it does. And let's go update our README. Where's the README? There it is. Yeah, I want to do a prettier ignore right here so that I can just make it look a little, or no. Disable start. Prettier, disable, and no. Shoot, ignore start. There we go. And we're going to do the same here at the bottom with all these. Because it just looks better when it's not formatted. Okay, very good. And we no longer do yarn. We no longer do any of these. Watchman's gone. Okay, yarn. Get rid of yarn in favor of NPM. E6 or greater. Okay. And I'm going to get rid of that. Note that some of the tests may not work. Note that sometimes people have trouble with Code Sandbox not working quite right with tests. But you should be able to work around that. If you're concerned, then it would probably be better to just set things up locally. And we'll put this at the bottom. You may be able to work through the entire workshop in the browser. Okay. Okay, let's get rid of this troubleshooting step. Okay. And that URL is old. They are now at this URL. Let's take a look at the build here. Yeah, it worked. It passed. All right, let's see. Did it release? Yes, you did. Hooray. And it released to 2.0. Awesome. Install as a dev dependency, can't see DODs, React Workshop app. Right, that's what it's called? Yeah, good. Wait a second. I'm in the wrong thing. Whoops. Try that one again. There we go. The tests are there to help you reach the final version. However, sometimes you can accomplish the task and the tests still fail. So if you implement things differently than I do in my solution, so don't look at to them as a authority, complete authority. There you go. Then we've got all of these emoji. We have a longer explanation, but here we want to add the muscle and the flag and the money and the 100 and the pro tip and the docs and the bomb and that and business person. Okay. And we'll tell you when, or will indicate what you're looking at is an exercise working with. I try to avoid using the word looking because some people aren't looking because they don't have eyes that see, so they're blind. So will indicate that you're working with a final version. Okay. Hold on a second. Okay. We got that and that and that and that and that, and we need Peter, product manager. Okay, let me, Peter. Just grab that. There we go. And then troubleshooting. I'll just get rid of that entirely. Hopefully the error messages are helpful enough. And there we go. Oh yeah, and I need to update this as well. And I know that I've actually updated this for another workshop. So let me cd concurrent react and cat the readme. It was right here. Okay, well, and actually some of this stuff is unique to this workshop. Here, TV indicates do and wave indicates steps that are specific to preparing for the material for this workshop. to okay, that's what we're gonna do. Okay. Great, and so then we've got those taken care of. And then this is specific. And okay. Cool. Okay, so this works. And did we get that installed? Yes, we did. So let's see if it is going to work. We're going to rmrf node modules and package lock. We'll run npm run setup. And cross our fingers and hope it works. And I haven't been looking at the comments, so sorry about that. Thanks for the tip, Tiago. Do I suffer from imposter syndrome? Yeah. I think I was on a podcast recently where they asked me about that, and I gave a bigger answer than just yeah. Yeah, so it was maybe it was this one or this one or this one. Can't remember which. Maybe been this one. Imposter. I think they ask it to everybody. Yeah, I can't remember.
Our guest today on the podcast is Kent Six.
But you can go listen to those. They're all pretty interesting. If I do say so myself. Sweet. I didn't start yet. There we go. Okay, cool. What are your thoughts about the Lerna package? I have used Lerna. It was great. Oh, drat. This is unfortunate. I'll have to figure what that's all about. Yeah, Lerna was cool. And that's my thoughts. I don't really have any use cases for it right now. Or I probably do, but I haven't taken the time to make it like make things work with those with that package, I guess. I don't know. Has anyone any idea what font I use? Actually, this is a new font I'm just experimenting with for one of my friends. And it is monolisa.dev. I sort of like it. I'm kind of a bigger fan of dank mono. I'm not sure if I'm a bigger fan. I'm like this one's starting to grow on me. I'm just not sure. I'm not sure which I like better. Okay, so let's figure out why the validate script failed. So here we look, running the following command, validate. Okay, so that failed for some reason. And it's because we have an unexpected token. And that's happening during the build step, I think. Yeah, okay. Oh, I know what's going on. I know exactly what's happening. I forgot. There's one other thing you have to do, and that is, here actually we can grab it from mdx loader. That's npm.im, and it is the Babel config right here. Boom. Babel RC, paste that in there, and we should be solid now. npm run validate. Here, actually, let's just do the setup again. Just want to make sure the whole process works, even though I technically have that running on CI. I just want to make sure. Have you set up auto-publishing with GitHub Actions yet, like you have with Travis for any projects? No, I have not. It's really hard to motivate myself to do something when what I'm doing now works so well. Like I have no pain. Like maybe I'm not noticing the pain that I have, but I don't really have any pain with semantic release on Travis. When I set up a new project, it takes all of 5 seconds to get Travis up and going and stuff. So, and I've got lots of automation to get things up and running. So I don't know. Okay, my email address I'm going to skip because I, don't want to have that run. That's interesting. Cannot find module. Oh, that's because my package. Yeah, I was wondering why it was running the validate script again. And it's because my setup runs a bunch of extra stuff. We don't need to have it do that. Okay, cool. So now it looks like things are good. For some reason, DS store is in here, even though it should not be. But let's go ahead and just add DS store to this. And also, isn't there a VS Code directory? I never use it, but VS Code directory. I want to ignore that too for contributors. Not VS. Wow, loading still. VS Code folder. Yeah. Code. Because I don't want to deal with people contributing and having that stuff in there. So, yeah, we should be good with that now. Commit. Oh, actually, let's go ahead and actually run the app. Make sure it actually works for reals. I'm gonna bring this over here. And please work. Boo! Rats. Huh. Okay, let me go back. I need to go to my application and clear this service worker. Hadn't thought about that, but that's actually super annoying. Let's refresh. Okay, good. Service worker's gone. Okay, so next. So right here, exercise is coming from exercise info filter, all the falsy ones. Probably don't need to do that, but then we map them. Okay, so let's put a debugger in there, I guess. And hit a refresh. And there it is. Okay, but that's not in my code. That's right here is what I'm looking for. I guess. No, it's not. That's super annoying. Okay, coming back. Put a breakpoint right there. Okay, we'll just put it in home. Okay, now let's look at our context here. We've got exercise info. Title is undefined. Next and previous Next, yeah, so this is the first one, so there wouldn't be a previous. The next has something. We have an instruction, and that goes to our markdown file. But we don't have an exercise or a final. So that's why we're getting this failure. So let's find out what's going on here. Go to source. Oh, right. Exercise and exercise and final. That's why. And then we actually don't need examples, so we can get rid of that altogether. And and import can't see dots React Workshop setup tests. Yep, there we go. Try that again. Okay, try that. Okay. I don't know if I should be worried or not. Okay, still no dice, but I'm kind of thinking sorta that we might have a caching issue. So we're gonna go to node modules and .cache, remove that. We're gonna start this over again. Final exercise, and that should be correct. No, I don't have it anymore. But here we go. Boom! Hallelujah! Very good. Happy about this. What is that app about? I'm not sure what app you're talking about, because I missed your comment when you gave it. So I'm sorry about that, about missing that. Okay, cool. So we've got basic, sweet. Look at that highlighted and all that. It's beautiful. And we can go to the next one. This is being rendered out. Final is busted. Okay, that's not good. That should definitely not be happening. Root element has already been declared. Oh, right. Yep, I know exactly what's going on. So this, instead of type of JavaScript, needs to be type text, or just type module. There we go. And that will keep our const variables scoped properly. Very good. Nice. Awesome. Then we can look at that. How beautiful is that? Let's go to our extra credit on this one. Here. There we go. That looks nice. If we look at our nesting elements, final, extra, looks awesome. And nesting elements, ta-da, there it is. And we can look at the DOM output. And there it is. Hello and world. Boom. This is so great. I am thrilled, ecstatic, all those good things. I meant the React repository you're working on. So the repository I'm working on, or the project, the Can't See Dots React app thing that this whole stream is about, is enabling me to really easily create workshops and then like propagate updates to the way the app works. So I just make a source. I have an index that does all, like just this, a setup test that just does this, and then all the exercise specific stuff goes in here, and I have some tests in here and stuff. So I don't have to do anything other than those things, and a setup script right here that does this. But that's it. So that's the goal, and it's working. It's working great. And this means that once I have everything using this package, I can, be in a really good place for making changes and improvements to this app. And those changes and improvements will be reflected everywhere else. So it's great. Cool. That's awesome. And sweet. Okay, cool. So this one is upgraded. Boom. Really happy with that. Let's add and commit. And this is going to be upgrade to Kent C. Dodds React, or React Workshop app. Boo! What happened here? Oh, I know. We need to update all the imports. So I don't need a regex here. Let's just do a regular string find thing. Nope. I want to copy this and paste it here, and we'll just get rid of that part. And we'll delete, just go through all those, and then we'll find all these and replace it with just exercise. Boom. Sweet. Okay, and then let's just make sure we don't have any extra credit ones lying around here. Very good. And then actually, let's go ahead and use screen rather than the return values here. What is this container? Okay, that makes sense. Screen dot get all by that, and these all be screen dot sweet. And then here we're gonna pull in screen, get rid of all those, and do screen. This is the new way that we recommend people to use React Testing Library. Old way will be around probably forever, but this is just a more ergonomic way to use these APIs. So you don't have to worry about updating your destructuring or anything, or giving a name to the thing that you get back or any of that. So sweet. And here we are, screen. And finally, what is the container for? Okay, it's fine. Did I sort out why Cypress was hanging earlier? Yeah, what was that? Oh, I just commented that particular assertion out. That's what I did. So nope, the answer to that question, I did not. If anybody wants to take a look, you're more than welcome to. Okay, let's add all this and try that again. Sweet. Oh, hold on. Back up. There's a reason that this is not getting code coverage, and that is it. So there we go. I mean, we don't have to have awesome code coverage, but we should have some code coverage. So cool. It's 4:21 my time. We're getting down to the end of the day. And there we go. Boom. Get push. Awesome. Just awesome. Okay. So let me, I deleted or removed my last browser. So let me do git browse. And if all y'all could do me a great, huge favor, this is what I would like you to do. Copy and paste this and run it on your machines. Yeah, it probably won't work through the comments, but go to this page, copy and paste that, run it on your machine, and tell me if it works. I'm going to do it also. We're going to go to our desktop and do it. And just make sure that everything is capable of being set up. Yeah, that color sure looks bad. Wonder what that looks like for other people. Maybe I should give it a background. Just want to make sure this works. Trying from Windows. Thank you, because I have a Windows machine, but it is locked away and I never use it, and I don't have things installed on it, so I can't really test everything that I would like to. I do have AppVeyor set up on my repos that runs CI for Windows, but you just never really know unless you actually try it and stuff. So yeah, anyway, yeah, running through autofill email. Sure, my email will say me@kentcdots.com. And it commits everything, and sweet. There we go. And I don't want to push. But if I open up my editor now, I should be able to go to exercise, this one, and boom. We're redirected. Sweet. Okay, that's good news. Oh, and actually, I just want to make sure. Boom. That is so great. Most excellent. Okay, so then I'm going to remove that React fundamentals because I know that it works for me. What are you drinking? OOC? You mean H2O? Yeah, it's water. It crashed. Oh no. Dustin, if you could open an issue telling me what crashed, that would be super duper helpful. I'm really scared that we're going to find out that NPX is not going to work. That would be a nightmare, really sad thing. Hopefully it's really simple, but yeah, if NPX doesn't work, I will be very disappointed. Okay, so one thing that occurred to me is I no longer want to have the feedback, elaboration and feedback to be in here, especially since I'm actually rendering it in the markdown, or rendering the markdown now. So we're going to have elaboration and feedback. And we'll grab this. Put that right there. Fill out the elaboration and feedback form. If you don't, or if you want to remember what you just learned, then fill out the elaboration and feedback form. Okay, now I need to find out if my autofill thing will work. Oh, whoops. So we're going to do npx, or actually, hold on. Get okay. Gonna copy this and copy that. Oh, whoops, and copy that. Okay, then we're gonna run this npx with that gist and test at example.com. Nope, did not work. Okay, so we're gonna get reset hard head up 1 and oh wait, hold on, maybe it did work. I was looking at a whole thing. So here, let's go this and that. Let's try this again. Test at example.com. Yes, no, it did not. rats. See, it should be autofilling that right there, but it's not. So let's do another reset. We'll paste all this back in here and update that. Okay. Now I gotta update my autofill thing to work for that. So let's edit this. And yeah, okay. So I have a return there, but it doesn't necessarily mean a return. Let's look at this module. Replace in file. Thank you for checking on OSX as well. And it's Michal. Michal. Yep, I think that's it. Hello there. I hope I got it right. I practiced it a bunch. Okay, so okay. Glad I'm getting better at your name. One of these days I will get it. Okay, my only concern is that this will appear somewhere randomly, but I don't think that's much of a concern. That's probably not going to happen. So we're probably good to just go with that. So if we find this, then we'll replace it with this. Yep, update. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and assume that's going to work because I don't want to have to keep fixing all of these. And you know what? Sure would be nice if I was able to just say, that is the title. So stick it in there so I didn't have to keep it up to date manually. Yeah, okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna grab this. Well, yeah, we'll grab all this and we'll remove some of the stuff that we don't need. We're gonna add a auto JS, I don't care. And then I'm gonna get rid of some of these things. And some of this stuff we don't need. And we'll get rid of this prompt stuff. Get rid of all this. No, no. So if there is not an email, then we don't care, but we're still going to call this function, which I'm going to call create feedback links. Should I do this? Because like if they run it on Code Sandbox, then they won't have the feedback links, and that would be a bummer. But what we could do is just have the feedback link here. Yeah. It's mostly this exercise that I don't want to bother updating. I could copy paste all of this. And then just replace these two things. I'm almost thinking of saying don't use Code Sandbox just so I can do this, but no, that's stupid. No, we're not going to do that. I'm gonna suffer through this. It's gonna be fine, and maybe I can create a little script that I can run that will automatically add this stuff for me. But I want it to be committed. Yep, that's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna make a fix feedback links.js. Okay, and then for this, we're gonna probably want fs, and we're gonna want glob, and eventually this is gonna find its way into my workshop thing, or maybe it'll be an npx thing, just a gist. That's probably where I'll put it. Yep, and then yep, okay. Okay, and then we'll have const files equals yeah, we'll just look for all these things. Well, no, we're just going to look in the markdown files. So glob sync.md, and, or no, I don't need that. Console log files. I'll just go with that so far. Scripts, fix feedback email, sweet. Okay, and then for each one of these, we're going to look for we need to find the title. Okay, so here we'll just do map file, and then const contents equals fs.read file sync with, I knew I was going to need path. Require, no, path equals require path join dir name file. There we go. And then, or here actually, I think we could just do, whoops, process cwd. There we go. And then we get our contents. Oh, we want our encoding UTF-8. I think you need to specify that. I can't remember. And then first line contents split. And title is first line. Okay, I legit have this regex already implemented in here. Oh, React workshop app. Nope, this is not where I wanted to go. Load files. There we go. Okay. So then we can return and we'll call this the file path. Here, and actually let's get a full file path. And then we'll return the full file path, the contents, and the title. And then let's also put the number. So path dot base name file path number, or yeah. Or file name. There we go. That's fine. And we'll put that in parentheses or something for the yeah. Okay. And our calling that the exercise. So here's what the elaboration and feedback form is. So exercise, and it'll say 01 or 01 raw DOM. Yep. Or it'll be whatever the title is. Leave. Okay. So we'll just have a regex that matches this. Yep. Okay, and then let's just do a for each on this. So instead of returning, we don't need to bother with any of this stuff. We will say yeah, contents replace and we want those escaped HTTP. I'm pretty sure HTTPS should work here. Yep, it does. So we'll say https ws.kcd.im/workshop, and then, well, we'll say .star, so we don't really care. Until then, why am I getting a red underline? I have a feeling that VS Code is just being a, oh, there we go. My bad. There we go. Okay, and we're going to replace that with the actual thing that we want. So https ws.kcd.im, and you know what, we're just going to make this optional because I don't really care if it was originally HTTP. And in fact, .star, no, let's stick with that. Okay. Workshop equals, and then let's get our const title from require process cwd package JSON title project title, and workshop is the project title. And we want to encode URI component. Here, okay, and we're going to have heavy S is that. And E workshop exercise is encode URI component title and email. Email is just going to be EM. Yeah. Okay, so workshop and exercise is exercise and EM equals who knows. Okay, I think that should do it. Oh, and we wanted to actually change the title to be something a little bit like file name title. There we go. Sweet, so let's run node scripts fix and we get an import. Why did we get an import? What? Okay. It says on line 4, so when I'm requiring the package JSON, apparently, oh, I know what's going on. It's requiring the, what I meant to do was path.join, all of that. But what I did was let's require the process CWD, which is going to resolve to this package JSON, which will resolve to that index, which is going to ultimately grab my styles. So let's just get rid of that. We don't need that anyway. Though we probably get warnings if we don't have it. So yeah, what do you do? Okay, but this will work. So let's run that. Boom, done. Now all of these should be updated, but they are not. And that's because they don't have the elaboration and feedback like they should. But this one does now, I think. Nope, it did not update that one either. So one thing that I do want this to do is if we don't find a match for the title, we should throw an error. So we say if not title match, throw new error, title is invalid for file name or file path. Okay. And then if we don't find this, if not dot test contents, throw new error, exercise is missing workshop feedback link. And we'll do the same for that. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, cool. That's good news. I'm confused why this one's not getting updated though. Console.log file name. So, wait a second. This should not be 01 MD. It should just be 01, I think, but maybe var p equals require path p dot base name foo.js. p.parse foo.js. What I'm looking for is the name. There we go. p.name. No. p. I guess I'll have to parse it. I thought that there was okay, that's fine. Okay, so we'll say parse, and name is file name. Okay. There we go, 0, 1. So then we replace that, but it doesn't seem to want to replace. Oh, silly me, I'm not writing it. fs write file sync. And I want to write to the full file path, and the data is the contents, or the new contents. New contents is that. And there we have it. Boom. So now this should be updated. And ta-da! There we have it. Excellent. And if I run it, run the server, oh, okay, hold on a second. I think I gotta go take care of my family because my wife took my daughter to reading at this place house, and she left the boys watching a show and texted me, and I missed the text. So I gotta go take care of him now. Time to be a dad. See you later.